Hello. Mr. Avilos is just a pair of hands, everybody.
Okay, notes. Here we go. All right, the notes. All right, follow along, copy, and then you don't have to watch it again. Okay. Solving equations with radicals. And a radical is like this, kind of like the square root sign like that. Okay. So I was talking about this. Let's do a little quick exercise, right? What we kind of want to happen, or what you're going to be able to check, is this. Like if I tell you number one, what's the square root of 5 times the square root of 5? The answer is just 5. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do, square root of 5 times square root of 5 is, you don't have to do square root of 5 times square root of 5 is the square root of 25, and then go to your calculator and tell you the square root of 25 is 5. So you just went in a big circle for no reason. Okay? All right, so number 2. What is the square root of 7 times the square root of 7? Well, it's just going to be 7. Yeah? Okay. Number 3. What is the square root of 18 times the square root of 18? I don't need to know what 18 times 18 is. But when you have the same 2, yeah, it's going to be just 18. It completes the whole number. Okay, it completes the whole number. All right, if that's true, now look at number 4. Multiply this. What would be the answer for this? 2 root 3 times another root 3. Well, this would be 6, because 2 is already a whole number. And then this root 3 with this other root 3 make the whole number 3, right? So really, this is a fancy way of saying 2 times 3. Yeah? So yes, the answer is 6. Okay, number 5. What about 8 root 2 times another root 2? Yeah. Because I have 2 of these same radicals. That completes this whole number. The square root of 2 times the square root of 2. Well, that would be 8 times. And the square root of 2 and the square root of 2 give me the whole number 2. That's 16. You guys see how easy that is? Yeah. Okay, how about this? Number 6. What if I tell you 5 root 3 times 2 root 3? Somebody said 30? Gustavo?
Yeah.
How'd you get that? Well, the whole numbers are already 5 and 2. I got 5, I got 2. Those are already whole numbers. And then this radical 3 and this radical 3 make the 3 a whole number now, right? And then you just multiply. Well, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 3, 30. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing to check, okay? These are the problems that you're going to solve. Ready? Now, here's the lesson. Ready? Here's the new part. Here's the lesson, what you're going to be doing. You're going to do something really, really smart. I don't think other books show it like this, but I like to show it like this. And believe me, this method is going to help you in the long run when we do the trigonometry. Okay. How would you do this? Number 1, 2x equals 8. And you're like, what? Why are we learning this? What the? Use square root? Uh-huh. I'm sorry?
What's his name?
Victor Medina?
Medina?
Victor Medina.
Thank you.
Let me see. Sit right here.
So you square root of 2x equals 8, and then divide 8 by 2.
What are you guys talking about? This is an Algebra 1 problem.
Divide the 2.
What are you talking? There's no square roots here. You guys are lost.
That's how I
It's
found
gonna
it.
be 4.
What is this problem saying? 2 times what number gives me 8? Do you guys agree that that's what it's saying?
But if you divide
Okay.
by 2, you'll find your answer.
My question to you is,
Divide 8 by 2.
how do you solve this?
You divide by 2.
Divide the 2.
Okay, you divide by 2. Are you guys sure you know that? Because you guys are all messed up. 8 divided by 2, well, 8 divided by 2 is 4.
Exactly.
And then we can check, right? Is it true that 2 times 4 is 8? Yeah. No. Just follow along because right now you're going to get lost. Let me do a couple more. Number 2. Shh. What about 5m equals 30? Okay. Well, again, isn't this multiplication? But honestly, aren't we trying to just get the variable alone? Yeah. We're trying to isolate the variable. We know that you divide by this whole number 5 and by 5. Yeah? Here's the part that trips me out. Ready? Look at this next one. And we get 6. And then check. 5 times 6 is 30. Oh, yeah. Here's the part that trips me out. Check out this one. What about this? Number 3. All of a sudden, I put this one, and then students can't do it. Ready? 8x equals 3. I don't know. I can't do it, mister. I don't get it. Can you guys do this one and solve for x? I'm sorry? See, just because this number over here is not a multiple of 8 doesn't mean you can't. Yeah, take the pass. Right? You still are going to do what? You have to know that to isolate this x, this whole number we divide by 8, whatever it is, right? It's 8, right? We divide by 8. And we're going to get this fraction. Yeah? You guys okay? We're still doing the same thing? Okay. Now, are you convinced this is the answer? Emily Martinez, you got a summons. Where's Emily? Over there? Are you guys convinced that 8 times this gives you 3? Let me check it. 8 times this answer that we got, that gives me 3. You guys see it or you don't see it?
Yeah.
Tell Gustavo why. Oh my God! Did you hear what he said?
A whole bunch of numbers.
Did you just say multiply 8 times 3 and that's 24, and then divide it by 8?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And equals 3.
No, you don't need to do all that. That's a lot of work. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you just, this 8 cancels with this 8, and 3 is equal to 3. Why are you doing that?
You just shouting me like that.
No. I'm just making sure. Okay, everybody convinced it works? Okay, here comes the trick part. Ready? Here comes the real problems now. Right? Here's the ones for today's lesson. Solve this. Are you sure if I give you a problem like this, you can do it?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. These are the new ones. These are the ones for today. Here we go. Number 1. X root 2 equals 6. Can somebody tell me how this is like the other problems and how it isn't? How is this the same, but it's not the same?
It's just not the same because they have the square root. But it's
Ah.
the same because
Isn't it something times x or a number times x equals then there's a number on this side? Yeah.
Because you're gonna square root 2x.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. I'm telling you, this is a smart way to do it. You won't find this in any books, or I'm going to show you how to do it. Normally, people would do this. They would be like, oh, I got to get the x by itself? Okay. Does everybody agree I'd have to divide by this?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, after you square root 2x.
X is not, isn't X not like connected to the 2 directly? Because it looks like it's backwards.
Okay, you could put it like this if you want.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's still multiplication, doesn't matter which order. But my point is, when you see it like that, they'll write the x in the front like this. Something times root 2 equals 6. But the point is, this is still a number, right? Well, what did we do over here? Didn't we just divide by the number to get it alone? Right? We divided by 8. We divided by 2. We divided by 5. But here, let me tell you why this is actually going to give you more work if you do it that way. If you divide by what? What would I have to divide by here? You guys agree it says root 2, divide by root 2, divide by root 2? Okay, see, yes, you will get the x alone by itself, but then you're gonna open up a can of worms. Oh, sorry. Because now here, you don't want this situation. You remember you don't want a radical in the denominator? That's a lot of work. It's gonna believe me when I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot more work. I'm gonna show you a much smarter way to do it. Ready? Here it goes. X root 2 equals 6. I don't want this number. I do not want this number to have a radical. I want it to be a whole number. Because if it's a whole number, it's easy to divide, like over here. It's easier to divide. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. Anybody have a clue?
Multiply.
Multiply by what?
Root 2.
By what?
Like root 2.
Correct. You see? What you're going to do, remember, an equation, you can do anything you want as long as you do it to both sides. If this is a root 2, I don't want a radical 2. I want a whole number 2. You're going to multiply it by another what? Another one just like it. Another radical 2. And if I multiply this side by radical 2, you're going to multiply this side also by radical 2. You guys see that? Now tell me what's left here. Tell me what's left on this side. You did this for a smart reason. What is left here? 2x. See? You guys agree the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 gives me the whole number 2? That's why you're doing it. You're doing this so it's easier for you to divide by a whole number. Everybody agree the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2? 2x? 2x equals, now it's this, right? 6 root 2. Now how would you finish this and solve for x? Divide by?
2.
By 2. Correct. All right, so let's finish it. This would be 2x is equal to 6 root 2. So divide by 2. This, I will get x by itself. I will get x by itself. I'm going to get this answer. X is equal to what? 6 root 2 over 2. But then always check. Check the whole numbers, never with the numbers that are under the radical. The whole numbers, if they can reduce, they can reduce. They can these reduce? 6 and 2? 6 over 2? 6 divided by 2? Yeah, what is it? The answer is 3 root 2. That's my value for x. You guys see it? Okay, now let's go back to the problem. Let me check. Let me check if this is right. What? Remember, this was the problem. If you go back, this was the problem. X root 2 equals 6. And you're telling me that this is the answer for x? Yeah, just leave it on my desk. 3 root 2 times this root 2? Is that true that it multiplies to 6? If it does, it's correct. Is it true?
Yes.
Yeah. Because this is a fancy way of saying what? 3 times what? 3 times 2. Okay, we're just checking it. Oh, let's try another one. So they're going to look like this. Number 2. Here goes number 2. X times root 5 equals 20. Do I ever want this number here to have a radical? No, I want it to be a whole number. So what are we going to do that's smart right here? We're going to make it a whole number first. How am I going to make it a whole number? Multiplying it by another what? Not 5, root 5. Yes, the square root of 5. And if I do that to this side, you have to also do it to that side, okay? That's the magic trick right there. Tell me what's left on this side. 5x. You completed this so that it's a whole number 5. 5x equals what? 20 root 5? Yeah? And then now you can solve it. Now it's easy to solve to divide by a nice whole number. How do you solve 5x equals 20 root 5? Divide by 5 and divide by 5. Okay, you got x by itself. What is the answer? What is the answer?
Is it 4 square root of 5?
Correct, right? Because these can reduce. Always look at the whole numbers and see if they can reduce. Yeah, 20 divided by 5, 4. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Gustavo? Oh, you got to wait now. Okay, a couple more. I think you got it, right? Is that good? Are we good? Number 3. X root 6 equals
What was the answer to the root?
4 root 5. X root 6 equals 18. I don't want that to be a square root number. I want it to be a whole number 6. So what are we doing here that's smart? We're going to do something to make it a whole number first. What do I have to do to make this a whole number 6? Multiply by another. Multiply this side by another root 6, and then I got to do the same thing on this side, right? Okay. So now your equation is this. What? 6x, see? Equals what? 18 root 6. And now you can solve for x and divide by what? 6. What are you going to get? X is equal to, anybody get it? Do these reduce? What is it? Correct. Now I'm going to do one more. But see, they're going to, well, you'll see what's going to happen. Last one, number 4. What about this? What about this? Yeah, same thing. Let's see. I don't want a square root of 5. I want a whole number right there. So we're going to multiply both sides by square root of 5. Yeah. And what's left? 5x equals 2 root 5. Good. Last step, what do you do? Divide by? And what's going to happen here that didn't happen before? When you divide by 5, what's going to happen? These are not going to what? They're not going to reduce. So guess what? Just leave it like that. That's the answer. 2 radical 5, or 2 root 5 over 5. Can this 5 cancel with this 5? No, this is not a 5. This is the square root of 5. The square root of 5 is like 2 point something or something. No, you only check and see if the whole numbers can reduce. So then this one would stay like this. That's it? All right, there you go. So let me stop the video here.